Hi everybody, I'm Jerry Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I know that I'm far from the only chronically ill / disabled person on Authortube or even as a writer, but I thought that since disability videos seem to do well on my channel, I would talk a little bit about what it's like to write while also being chronically ill and any tips that I might have. Number 1, you learn to take what you can and make the most of it. I started writing properly when I was 19 and newly retired from the working world. I had a name for some of my chronic illnesses, but not all of them. As such, I didn't have a routine, I didn't have any idea of what I could manage from one day to the next. So in those early years, while I was in and out of hospital and trying to balance having a life, I learned to take whatever time I could grab where I was feeling okay and make the most of it. It would sometimes be whole days, but generally speaking, it was an hour or so here or there before I'd have to stop for the next few days. I have never done the whole write every day. Don't think I will ever be in a place where I can do that either. I wouldn't plan my time simply because everything was so very new to me. Being tired, being in pain constantly, it was hard to find a balance between getting my creative time and also taking care of myself. As you know, I turned 40 this year, so it's really only been in that time since that I've become more organised and such, and been able to work out how to plan my time. Which brings me to number 2. It's okay to not have all your ducks in a row. By this I mean not being able to plan ahead or not getting things done in time for some self-imposed deadline. It's very much okay if you need more time to get your revision done before querying or sending things off to an editor, depending on your publishing path. Take the last year, I ended up pulling a release not just because I felt like the book needed more time, but also because mentally and physically I needed a break. And I spent the last year getting that break. If you're chronically ill or disabled or even both, don't feel like you have to have all your ducks in a row, otherwise you're doing it wrong. And that also applies to able people as well. Sometimes you need a break and that's okay. As you get used to your conditions and the fluctuating symptoms, you also start to know your boundaries and what they mean for you. You get to know when pushing is possible and when it's not, and you need to be listening to your body then. And it's okay if that means that you miss some deadline. Number 3. You don't have to write only disabled or chronically ill characters. I think this is a big one because sometimes the advice going around is that you should stay in your lane and only write about life experiences you know. And personally, I think with enough time, research, sensitivity readers and the like, you can pretty much write any kind of character. If you're disabled, you don't have to write only disabled characters who share your condition. It doesn't work like that. You can branch out if you want to, and it's okay if you don't want to branch out. There is such a wide array of disabilities and chronic illness, and everyone's experience is different, and the lack of representation is astounding, but you don't have to stick to just what you know. While it's a good idea to have some idea what you're writing about, there's always research, and I'll warn you now, it will be a lot of work, but it would be the same for any other subject matter you're not an expert in, so don't feel like you have to pigeonhole yourself into one kind of character. Number 4. It's okay if getting organised takes time. When I say organised, I mean your version of it. I don't mean that you have to aim to be the same as somebody else's level of organising. Like, I know a lot of people view me as very organised and aspire to do the same, but it's just not the way their mind works or the way they work, and that's okay. It took me almost 20 years to get to the point that I am at now. There was a lot of back and forth, taking breaks, trying new things, trying new ways of doing things, and to be honest, a lot of it was luck, hitting on the right way to plan my days for myself to get to a point where I could use a planner and all of that. So it's completely okay if it takes you time to find a way that works for you. It's also okay if you never get there, if your health is just too fragile to manage it and all you can do is keep trying to just do little bits here and there. There's no rule that because you're chronically ill and disabled that you must have some organised lifestyle. It doesn't work for everyone. So keep that in mind and don't beat yourself up for not getting there instantly. And number 5, you will find a balance. It might take time, it might take literal years, but you will get to a point when you're able to work on your writing and still be as healthy as possible. Having said that, there may also be times when the balance changes, or when a flare hits, or a new symptom comes, or a normal sickness hits you hard, and my advice then is to remember that it will ease in time, and even if you're only grabbing minutes, it's going to be okay. As someone wiser than me once told me, it takes as long as it takes, and that's okay. You will get there and you will find a way that works for you. You've just got to keep going. Minutes add up, words add up, and even if it takes you 10 years, you're still doing the thing, and that's something to be proud of. So there we go. Those are my 5 tips, but also my 5 things that I've really learned while writing while chronically ill. As someone with a chronic illness, I know how hard it is to juggle the chronic life and also trying to do something with your life as well. Sometimes it's not possible, sometimes it is, and other times it's a mix and match of the two. So how do you feel about writing while chronically ill if you have a chronic illness? If you don't, do you have any questions for me about writing while chronically ill? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up Lights Off, which is the 3rd in a young adult dystopian trilogy. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Author City in Birmingham in July 2023, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.